Have you ever felt like the stock market's rigged? Like someone else always knows before you do?
One day your portfolio's green, next day it's bleeding. And nobody on CNBC gives you a straight answer. But what if I told you this crash isn't random? What if it's part of a plan, a reset happening right in front of us? Stick with me for the next few minutes, because once you see what's really happening, you'll never look at the market the same way again. Let's start with what everyone's saying. Inflation's still high, interest rates are still killing growth, oil's up, consumer confidence is down. Every talking head on TV's got a different reason, but they're all missing the same point. Markets don't crash just because of data. And right now that trust, gone. Markets crash when trust breaks.
See, Wall Street doesn't react, it plans.
While retail investors were hyped about AI stocks, the big boys, hedge funds, pension funds, insiders, were quietly cashing out. You know that saying, buy the rumor, sell the news? They live by that.
They know when the liquidity's drying up because they are the liquidity.
And when they pull their money, boom, everything tanks. Then the media comes in, panics everyone else, and the cycle repeats.
By the time you sell, they're already buying back in cheaper. But let's be real, this whole show starts with one player, the Federal Reserve.
They control the flow of money, the heartbeat of the economy. When they raise rates, everything slows. When they print, everything pumps. During COVID, they printed more money in a year than ever in history. And yeah, it made us all feel rich for a second. But now that free money's gone, we're all getting withdrawal symptoms. High interest rates crush housing, kill small business loans, and make investors rethink every single risk. And yet, inflation's still sticky. So the Fed's stuck between a rock and a hard place. If they cut too early, inflation spikes again. If they don't cut at all, markets bleed. It's like they're flying a jet with one engine on fire, and we're all passengers. And here's where it gets even scarier. It's not just America. China's property market's collapsing, Europe's in a stagflation trap, and emerging markets, they're bleeding out from a strong dollar. When the dollar gets strong, everything else breaks, because global debt's priced in dollars.
So now countries are selling assets, dumping US bonds, trying to stay afloat, and that creates even more volatility.
You think this crash is local? Nah, it's a chain reaction. And guess who benefits when the world panics? The same people who started the game, central banks, hedge funds, and mega institutions sitting on mountains of cash.
Now let's talk about the real battlefield, your mind.
The market runs on two emotions, fear and greed. Now let's talk about the real battlefield, your mind. They pump you with hopium, make you think you're missing the next A. I boom, then pull the rug. Then they flood you with fear, headlines, tweets, doomsday YouTubers, so you sell low exactly when they're loading up.
This isn't random volatility, it's engineered emotion, and the only way to win that game, son, is to stop reacting. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Every crash creates millionaires, just not the ones panicking.
When prices drop, that's not the end, that's the sale.
The market always resets. The question is, are you ready when it does?
This is when the smart money builds, quietly, patiently, while everyone else screams, the world is ending. Because when the dust settles, all the fear, all the noise, all the fake news disappears. But your positions remain. That's how wealth is built. Not in the hype, but in the chaos. Right now, something bigger is happening behind the scenes, a silent shift. Money's moving, not disappearing, it's just relocating. Tech money's flowing into defense, crypto whales are parking in cash, institutions are buying farmland and energy. That's the part retail never sees. Capital doesn't die, it migrates.
So when you hear the markets crashing, ask yourself, which market? Because while one burns, another is being born.
So yeah, they don't just play the money game, they build it.